Hello, everybody, and welcome back to High School Roundup here on CUTV Sports 1. As always, my name is Peyton Trollinger, and off to my right is my favorite partner, Jonathan Sakaguchi. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, Peyton. A lot to talk about this week. A lot of upsets we had last week for the first round of the playoffs. We'll get to that in a minute. But there's so many different stories we got to talk about this week.
Yes, there are. So we're going to just get right into it. Johnny, I think you have some highlights for us, so let's go right to those, okay?
All right, let's take a look at the highlights here. Here, once again, from our friends at WMBS and South Union Township. And here we go. It was another Pittsburgh Steelers high school football game. Steely McBeam and Jordan Dangerfield there from the Steelers. Beaver started off after stopping in Laurel Highlands right up the middle in that weird power or I formation there. As you see, he once again in a little 1-yard touchdown run and puts the Bobcats up 7-0. And second drive after stopping L8's on a 3-and-out. Once again, right to the back, a little power offense there. There's some old school football here, Peyton, in the second quarter. Laurel Highlands looking to get something started here. Ronnie Gallagher. A quick little screen pass to the outside. Finds his man and runs it right up the sideline and crosses the 50 and knocked out about the 46. 2 plays later, Rodney Gallagher again dropping back, looking for a man. And he's got it with the Shields right there on the near sideline. Handoff to Pratt. Looks like he's going to get stopped in the backfield here. Nope. Makes 1, 2, 3. Whoop! Gets past a couple defenders and into the end zone. Makes the score 14-7. And ensuing drive, a bad snap for Beaver on the punt, and it's going to take a Laurel Highlands bounce here. Mustangs will have good field position. Rodney Gallagher looks like he's going to hand it off, but he's going to take it himself and finds the sticks. 4 or 7, and Gallagher, who just got added to the 1,000 club for rushing and passing last week. Then here on 4th and long, punt's blocked by the Mustangs, and it's going to take a Mustang bounce here at the 45. A couple plays later, the Mustangs going for it, and it's blocked by Beaver. And the score remains 14-14. And they'll take a quick kneel down. And that'd be your score at the half. Beaver installing their first drive of the second half. Rodney Gallagher looking for a man, and it's picked off by Beaver as he takes it right up the sideline and gives his team in good field position to start. And sure enough, right here, a little handoff, breaks a few tackles and set up inside Mustang territory around the 25. 2 plays later, from the 1-yard line, and the Wildcats find a way into the end zone for 6. Makes the score 21-14, but Rodney Gallagher and the Mustangs would not go away quietly as he hands it off to Pratt. Jukes another defender, and a long touchdown run from about 45 plus out, to tie it up at 21 apiece. Gallagher would get hurt a couple plays later, and on the snap, recovered by Beaver. And they would make the Mustangs pay, but they would go for a 4-and-out. As Laurel Highlands trying to take the lead on the 4th and 20. But Beaver stands tall there, and sure enough, next play, a couple plays later, I should say, from 47 out, in for 6. That following extra point try, a kick is up, and no, it's off the upright. Ensuing drive for the Mustangs. Rodney Gallagher looking for a man and rolling into the near side. Stops, makes half the defenders miss. Rolls to the backside. And it's going to let it fly into coverage. And it's caught by the Shields, who turns and runs upfield. Sets up the Mustangs with good field position here with less than a minute to go now. Gallagher hands it up the middle to Pratt. Stumbles and finds the end zone. Ties the game at 27. And here comes the extra point try for the Mustangs. Hold kick is up and good. Gives the Mustangs the lead, 28-27. Ensuing kickoff here. As Beaver will take it from their goal line. and got a nice good little set of field position, and ball pops out. The Mustangs recover. The Mustangs would recover here, and it looks like all hope is about lost for Beaver as the Mustangs start celebrating with less than a minute to go in the game, still searching for their first school playoff win. However, Beaver would force Laurel Highlands to punt. And then on the last play of the drop, I have one of the craziest plays I've seen in a long time. I am looking for the Music Series Miracle as Beaver is playing a game of hot potato for like 30 seconds here. Here's it. The quarterback has touched it three times actually. As they throw it back here once again, and near to the near sideline almost. And he's still up. The ball's still not stopped yet, heading back towards their end zone. And Beaver are trying to get something going here, and he's finally stopped. That would be your final score, 28-27. And your final score as Laurel Highlands picks up their first school victory in the postseason in this against Beaver.
Wow. I'm speechless. I think along with a lot of other people picked Beaver to win that game. And LH really just showed them, like, listen, we're coming to play. They wanted it more. And it's honestly just crazy how just one missed kick can be the difference of the game. Like, that was insane. LH, like I said, they came to play, and Beaver came to play too, but, LH wanted it more, and like I said, it was just the difference of that kick, really. Yeah,
and first off, I want to say congratulations to the Mustangs on that one. And I know I'm a Uniontown grad, but I have to give credit where credit's due. Congratulations on picking up your first school playoff victory over there, guys. But at the same time, you have all those talented players over there. You got Rodney Gallagher, you got the Shields, you got Pratt. I could just go on down the line about everybody that's on this roster for LH, and that they're, pun intended on this one, and they're a dark horse in this side of the bracket.
They really are.
And I wouldn't sleep on them if I'm Aliquippa this week, because I know they got the Quips. That's not going to be an easy opponent. It's not going to be an easy place to play. Hey, we've seen what Aliquippa can do in the postseason in recent years, but I'm still not going to sleep on them.
Aliquippa, they need no introduction. They are very good, especially in the postseason. Laurel Highlands, I'm sure they're going to be super hyped up coming off a win against Beaver, an underdog win. Like I said earlier, not a lot of people expected them to win and move on, but here we are, and it's going to be a good matchup for sure. But I believe that's all we're going to have. We're going to go send it to break here really quickly. When we come back, we're going to look at the brackets and scores here on CUTV Sports 1 on High School Roundup.
Back by popular demand and better than ever is late night dining in the Natalie Student Center. Join us starting Monday, October 18th at the hot spot for evening dining, Natalie Evening Eats, located on the second floor of Natalie next to Umami. Open Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., and on weekends, 7:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., Natalie Evening Eats is a one-stop shop for your favorite menu items. Orders can be placed through our mobile app or at the designated Evening Eats kiosk. We can't wait to see you there.
Welcome back to High School Roundup here on CUTV Sports 1. My name is Peyton Trollinger. Alongside of me is Jonathan Sakaguchi. We're still kicking it here in the studio, but we have a lot to get through here still. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at our brackets and our scores from this past week, and let's get them right going now.
All right, starting off here in 1A. Clareton now knows who their opponent will be as Our Lady Sacred Heart takes care of Greensburg Central Catholic with heavy hearts in that one. And our thoughts and prayers goes out to that team that are losing a couple coaches this past week. So thoughts and prayers to them and their families. Indeed, yes. But emotions are running hot in that one. But Our Lady takes the win, and then we'll face off with Clareton this week. West Green falls to Springdale 28-0. They'll play Rochester, who took care of Mapletown 35-0. And let's take a look at the other side of the bracket here. Cornell, walks past Monessen 33-0. And Leechburg handles California in a 28-7. And should be noted here that nobody in the Tri-County South moved on. They were 0-5 this year in the playoffs. Bishop Gannavant and takes care of Burgestown with the East 49-6. Carmichael's upset at home to Shenango 31-13. So Bishop Gannavant will now play Shenango. Leechburg will have Cornell in this week.
Some good matchups indeed. Now we're going to go take a look at the 2A bracket now. Up first, we have Steel Valley taking care of business at home against Beth Center. They win 49-14, and will play Southside, who took care of business at home as well against Ligonier Valley 34-14. Then, this was a big upset here. New Brighton coming to Washington, Pennsylvania to play the Little Prexies. We're just stunned. Close matchup. New Brighton takes it 21-20. And we'll move on to play Beaver Falls, who took care of Western Beaver 42-8. We're going to take a look at the other side of the bracket now. Stowe Rocks easily just demolishing Shadyside Academy 61-8. Mohawk played upset against Chartiers Houston 34-12. Then Laurel taking care of business at home against McGuffey. Highlanders safety just was not enough. Then the Sarah Catholic Eagles doing what they do, taking care of Neshannock 61-21. So that means Stowe Rocks will play Mohawk and Laurel will play Sarah Catholic there in the 2A playoffs. A lot happened here, but we're going to take a look at our 3A bracket now, Johnny.
Yeah, moving on here to 3As, we now look at Central Valley. Now, it's East Allegheny. As they take care of the Scotty East 36-11. Elizabeth Forward now waits for Freeport, or as they knock off Ambridge 34-6. So on this side of the bracket, it'll be number one top seed Central Valley taking on East Allegheny, and the Warriors Elizabeth Forward at the 4 seed will take on another and Freeport. Take a look at the other side of the bracket here. North Catholic now will play Keystone Oaks as Keystone Oaks knocks off South Allegheny 34-0. Avonworth now awaits Mount Pleasant as they knocked off Burrell 41-7. And so your playoff matchups for this week: North Catholic and Keystone Oaks, and Avonworth playing host to Mount Pleasant. Take a look now here at 4A.
Alrighty, Bell Vernon, of course, had the bye week. They finished first in the 4A, so they get the bye week, and they will be playing Newcastle as Newcastle takes the win on the road against Highlands 31-19. Then we had another close matchup here. The Hampton Talbots over the Plum Mustangs 14-13, just barely getting the win there. Then Thomas Jefferson taking care of business at home against Indiana area 41-0. Their playoff matchups are Bell Vernon and Newcastle, and then Hampton versus TJ. Let's take a look at the other side of the bracket now. Then we have Aliquippa sitting there at the 2nd seed. They had the bye week and will be playing Laurel Highlands. We talked about them earlier. The upset over Beaver 28-27. Then McKeesport having the bye week at the 3rd seed. We'll play Armstrong as Armstrong gets the win 27-16 over Montour. So it's Aliquippa and LH and McKeesport and Armstrong as we look at our 5A bracket now.
Take a look here. Top seeded Moon area now will take on Woodland Hills. A team that's been known to win in the playoffs, as they knocked off Bethel Park in a close one and 27-23. Gateway, the 4 seed now will take on Penn Hills, who knocked off Franklin Regional as the Panthers' woes continue there as they fall 38-6. So your playoff matchups for this week will be Moon area versus Woodland Hills and Gateway versus Penn Hills. Take a look at the other side of the bracket now. As top seeded Penn Trafford, or the 2 seed on this side of the bracket, it takes on Fox Chapel, who played upset. And all it took was a field goal to knock off Upper St. Clair, or Pine Richland, the 3 seed away the winner of North Hills and Peters Township. again, another upset as Peters comes away with the victory over North Hills. So your playoff matchups here are 2 seed Penn Trafford will take on Fox Chapel, and Pine Richland will take on Peters Township. Now moving on to 6A.
For our 6A bracket, Mount Lebanon had the first seed, so they got the bye week. Then North Allegheny just sweeping away Cannon Mac, 49-26. North Allegheny moves on. Then Pittsburgh Central Catholic and Seneca Valley had the bye week, so they will be playing each other in the second round. And Mount Lebanon and North Allegheny will face off as well in the 6A brackets. I believe that is all the brackets and scores we have. There was a lot of upsets there, Johnny, and I just want to, before we cut it to commercial, just talk about a few of them. Just for example, that Wash High and New Brighton game. New Brighton came in there, they were the lower seed, and they took care of business on the road. That's not an easy place to play, Johnny. I've been there, I've played there. It's not easy to play at all. Yeah,
I can confirm that as well. Well, from junior high and freshman ball, but we talked about it with the LH highlights, how one missed extra point can change the game, and we saw it with Laurel, Highlands, and Beaver. We saw it with New Brighton and Wash High. Now, I'm not 100% sure on if New Brighton blocked the extra point or if Wash High ended up missing in left or right, or however it may have happened. But we see that a lot of these teams are for the first time are actually facing a real opponent on it, or one team's wanting it more. Mm-hmm. And we saw that on several occasions. I mean, we had a bunch of upsets in this week. My question is, who's going to play upset this week? We got a lot of teams to worry about that. And I talked about Laurel Highlands being a dark horse, having to face Aliquippa, who jumped up a couple classifications and is to play here. And then we have the local schools like TJ, Bell Vernon still in it yet. Mm-hmm. And so it makes me wonder who's going to come out on top.
It's going to be an interesting question to see, and I guess those are going to be answered next week. But we're going to just send it to commercial break here really quickly. When we come back, we're going to take a look at our pick'em scores and standings. Don't go anywhere here on High School Roundup here on CUTV Sports 1.
The Cal U Vulcans are back on the gridiron this fall, and CUTV and WCAL give you the best seats in the house. September 2nd at Fairmont State. September 11th versus Lock Haven. September 18th versus Millersville. September 25th at Edinboro. Homecoming October 2nd versus Mercyhurst. October 9th at Gannon. October 16th versus Clarion. The Coal Bowl October 23rd at IUP. October 30th versus Seton Hill. November 6th at Slippery Rock. November 13th at Bloomsburg or the PSAC title game. All games are live on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM, WCAL.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the High School Roundup studio here on CUTV Sports 1. My name is Peyton Trollinger. I still have Jonathan Sakaguchi off to my right, kicking it still in the studio. He's hanging up. You doing good over there, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm doing good. We've covered a lot of football all this week, Peyton, and there was a lot of craziness going on. Now I'm curious to see how things are going to play out this week.
Yep, we are going to look at that, but first we got to look at our pick'em games of the week here. So let's send that graphic in real quick. Oh, actually, we're going to take a look at our pick'em standings. I was also excited to talk about this too. Nobody had a really good week at all.
No,
the best record being 2-4. That was Gary and Dylan. But we still see up at the top, Bobby D and I tied 28-18. Just one of us have to slip up, and one gets first, one gets second. Dylan jumping to third, 27-19. Gary now jumping to fourth, 26-20. Johnny slipping down the standings, 25-21. Doug still under 500 there, 20-22. Colin, yikes, 0-5. Didn't send the picks in, unfortunately. 19-26 is where he's at the bottom there. And you just hate to see it, honestly.
Yeah. It was a rough week for all of us. A lot of us picked some of these guys that were favored to win, and we saw what happened there as we had a couple upset hits. And the only game that I got correct last week was that Laurel Highlands game. And everyone picked Beaver in that one, but it just goes to show you can't always pick the top seed.
I actually ended up picking Peters Township as my win, and they upset, I believe it was North Hills they played. North Hills was the heavy favorite. I picked my boys out in Peters. Shout out my boy Kaz Monachek from Peters Township. We gotta love him. I believe that's all the graphics we have.
Oh, nope.
There we go. Here we go. Now we have the pick'em games.
Here's our pick'em games of the week. Starting off at 1A with Shenango at Bishop Canevin. And 2A, Sarah Catholic versus Laurel. 3A, Freeport at Elizabeth Forward. 4A with TJA in Hampton. 5A at Fox Chapel and Penn Trafford. And our 6A matchup of Seneca Valley and Central Catholic. A lot of good ones in there, Peyton.
I don't even know. I haven't even made my picks yet. I just got to sit down and I got to really think about who I'm going to go with. It's a very crucial week there in the pick'em standings.
Yeah, definitely it is for all of us. And I'm still sitting here thinking about a couple picks. Like I'm looking at that TJ Hampton one. I might be a little biased towards TJ because of for other reasons. But you still have the defending state champions with Thomas Jefferson in it yet. And you have Sarah Catholic in it. There's a lot of good matchups still here.
All right. Well, before we go, we do have a Dang It Dorgy of the week. And that Dang It Dorgy of the week we'll go to the...
Back to the Laurel Highlands Beaver game here. Here, first off, is the last play of the game. Just straight chaos on the field. Well, as I said, it was literally a game of hot potato here between all the members of the Beaver offense. And it's just there was 4 seconds left, but I think this play went for about 35 seconds. And it's just whoop.
And they just kept losing yards there on the play. They never actually got positive yards.
Well, I mean, initially when the play started, they were almost to the sticks. But it somehow ended back up here about 25 yards behind the play.
They lost a lot of yards on the play.
And then the other Dang It Dorgy, we got to give it to Colin and for not getting the picks in.
But we have another Dang It Dorgy of the week. And it is going to the gentleman off to my right. On Saturday, we did go up the Slippery Rock for the title, the PSAC West title game. And Johnny was just a little under the weather. He ate a little something, messed with his stomach, couldn't make it. We missed him a lot. We did good, but you got to give the Dang It Dorgy right there.
All right, I guess I'm wearing the sombrero for that one. So.
Yes, you will.
Oh, but it is what it is. But hey, things happen from time to time, like we see here in football. One mistake and the whole old days is destroyed. But also, Peyton, and since it is November, or this Thursday is Veterans Day, so as you can see, I've got my salute service jacket on here for all that. So I want to say a thank you to all the men and women that have served and are currently serving stationed in overseas or back here at home. We appreciate everything you do. So hats off to you guys.
Yes, we do appreciate. Thank you for your service. All right, I believe that's going to end it here for our show today. For everyone in the booth, Gary and Tom. For Johnny off to my right, my name is Peyton Trollinger. We've had a great time here on High School Roundup here on CUTV Sports 1, and have a great day.